Day 4 of the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament is just about underway. Adam Smith joining you guys here on the Ozark Sports Board YouTube channel, joined by former Crane head coach Brian Harmon. He's going to be doing cover with me for the first game today. Coach Harmon, we got a former SWCL matchup going on today here between Crane and Purdy. Crane used to be in the SWCL, now they're in the new GOC, the Greater Ozarks Conference. What are you going to be seeing from these two former conference members?
Well, first of all, it's odd to hear it said former SWCL when you're referring to Crane, because my whole life has been SWCL for Crane, but it's a conference move that schools wanted to make, and see how that turns out. Good move for a lot of teams, I'm sure. This will be another, probably, my guess, a classic Crane Purdy game. It'll be competitive, as most times are, even when one team has a higher talent level or a better team. It seems like they play each other tough.
They usually do play each other tough. Either Crane comes out on the winning end, or Purdy comes out on the winning end. It's going to be Logan Bott leading off for the Crane Pirates. We'll be getting ready to go. Purdy is a home team today. Leading off the top of the first inning for the Crane Pirates, the pitcher, number 1, Logan Bott. Logan Bott digs in. He is, I believe, a junior on this team, as I will flash the lineup real quick for the Pirates. First pitch is going to be taken inside for a ball. Looks like. I know you didn't coach Logan Bott because he started the Crane program after you retired.
Yeah, Logan was a freshman the year after my retirement. Logan grew up with the program. He was a bat boy for us, and of course played in our junior high program my last couple of years here. He's I don't know how you classify it, but whatever a baseball version of a gym rat is Logan. Logan is just he's at the field all the time working hard. And if you look in the on-deck circle, Brady Robinson's the same thing. They work hard, and it shows in their production.
As we saw in the fall, or is that Crane had actually a coaching change. Clay Stump is out, along with his assistants in Colton Vaught, Nick Brannon, Dustin Johnson, and Isaiah Smith are gone.
Yeah, Colton made a choice to step away from the education field. He's now an insurance salesman, and really enjoying what he's doing. He did a great job here for 2 years developing kids, and something to be proud of. We've got Rick Tucker.
One was fouled to the screen right behind us.
Tucker's doing a great job, off to a 6-3 start. Only had one game where they didn't feel like they were in it. That was the Licking game, which those guys are loaded, and then the other 2 losses they were very competitive in, so off to a good start.
Outside again, it's going to be 2 balls and I believe 2 strikes.
3-2.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard's a little bit delayed here. Ground ball past the third baseman, that is Walker. And Vaught will be on, I believe, with a single.
Could score that either way. Third baseman takes a step over, probably makes that play. But
batting second, number 25, shortstop, Brady Robinson.
Good job by Vaught to put it in play with 2 strikes. Maybe we can make something happen here. Tucker's been very aggressive early on with the base stealing. Good catcher behind the plate and Easton Gates, so we'll see what the Pirates can do here.
Exactly. And you got Brady Robinson, who's been in the Pirate program for, I believe, 4 years now.
This is fourth year in high school here. Grew up watching the program with his older brother Isaac playing. Another, whatever you call a baseball version of the gym rat.
Swings and fouls that one off.
Drive by here on Sunday afternoons a lot of times, and you see Brady's dad Philip out here throwing pitches to him, and Philip probably has as many pitches used up in his arm as a lot of high school coaches have over the years, between his 2 sons and his daughter that plays softball.
You could probably say that some of them could play Major League Baseball with the kind of arms that they throw. MLB players pitch about 100 pitches a game.
Yeah, nowadays 100 is a lot for him. Back in Nolan Ryan days, he may be at 100 pitches in the 5th inning. There's no manager that had the guts to take him out of the game because they didn't want to fight him, so he got to stay in a lot of games.
01 is going to be a little up and in, and that will be 1-1.
But doing a good job of getting a read on the pitcher here. See if he wants to go. Pitcher's concerned with him, so we'll see what happens. The Pirates stole some bases in their 7-1 win early on against Purdy. Purdy was without Gates that day. He had pitched earlier in the day and gotten hit with a line drive, so he wasn't available. So a little different scenario behind the plate.
And after the last time that Purdy and Crane had met up, that was actually at the Ozarks Mountain Sports Complex, formerly known as U.S. Ballpark, Price Cutter Park. It's had a million names.
Sky Bacon Stadium.
Swings and hits it in the air. This is going to be hit the other way. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Found that gap in between the center fielder and the right fielder. And look at that. The Pirates have runners in scoring position at second and third.
Nice job. Again with 2 strikes here for Robinson. Puts the ball in the gap. Gets Bob to third.
Batting third, number 28, center fielder Seth Malstead.
Talking about all the names for the ballpark in Ozark, I believe the most common name for it was never really an official name. When they first opened back up, it was called, by most people, the place where the Ducks used to play.
Price Cutter Park, I believe, is what it was called.
That was the
when it
name at
first
that
opened.
time. Yeah. People couldn't remember the name, so they just called it where the Ducks used to play.
Fouled off to the first base side.
They're doing a lot.
Nothing
They're doing a
in
lot
one.
of renovations there at Ozark Mountain State Sports Complex. They going to build 2 more fields, 2 more full-size turf fields to the north of it. There'll be a hotel.
Really? Is that going to be on the outfield side, or is that going to be on the first base side of
That'll be to the
U.S. Ballpark?
As you pull in the parking lot there, when U.S. Ballpark's on your right, it'll be to the left of that same parking lot.
Oh, yeah, because 65 runs right just beyond the first base side of
That's correct. Yeah.
U.S. Ballpark as Malstead goes down on strikes. And there's one away. Batting fourth, number 00, first baseman, Gavin Cram.
And if you've been at the ballpark there, you've seen the big hitting facility they have down the left field line, the Murray House. They're actually converting that entire building away from baseball batting cages into pickleball courts. And they're going to build a new building down the right field line, a two-level building with batting cages. Lower level goes onto the field, upper level goes out into the
So it sounds like they're going to make a
concourse.
Are these new fields going to be like high school size, or are they going to be
high school size fields?
They're not
High
gonna
school
go
size turf
with-
fields. They'll be able to have youth games on it, but they will be high school size fields. I doubt the outfield dimensions will be as big as US Ballpark. There's not many, or Ozark ones, not many that are. But be a nice event. They'll be hosting things all year round up here.
3-0 is the count to
3-1 now.
3-1 actually to Cram. Now a walk will be issued. So Purdy in a little bit of trouble here in the top half of the opening frame. You know, they loaded the bases. Crane's got a opportunity to put some runs on the board. Batting fifth, number 23, designated hitter Jake Murray.
Couple chances here for Murray and Howard to do something.
Murray swings and misses, and that is 0-1. You know, we're talking about Purdy. You know, as they got up to 7 wins, 4 losses. They're coming off a pretty brutal loss, I believe, against Southwest on Tuesday. Who did they play on Monday to start the tournament at their field?
They beat Exeter on Monday. I don't remember the final score. But, Purdy actually started the season 0-3 at Ozark Mountain Stadium that weekend. And after that, we went on a 7-game winning streak and then lost their last one.
1-2 is the count to Murray. Makes it 2-2. So yes, Purdy has been able to get their account back to a winning side. Ground ball to the third baseman. They throw to first. Run scores. That's Vaught scoring from third. So good job on both parties as the Eagles get an out. Pirates get a run. Batting sixth, number 30, third baseman Lane Howard. Lane Howard coming from a long list of Howards that have come across the Crane program. Started with, I believe, Jared Howard, then went to Harley Howard, Wyatt Howard, and now Lane Howard.
Yeah, usually if you have four brothers in a row like that, at least somewhere along the line, two of them get to play together. But these boys are 4 years apart, so no two of them ever played together. So this is the 15th year in a row of having a Howard in the Crane High School program. Next year will be 16. It's just you don't see that very often.
No, you don't. I can tell you there could be a story here on one of the local news stations about the 4 generations of Howards that have come through the Crane program. But you never know. 1 ball and 2 strikes, I believe, is what the count says. Busy sports day for today on a Saturday. We got college football going on. I was watching College Game Day earlier today. Where are they this weekend?
Didn't notice. I did watch a little bit of it, but didn't notice where they were.
They were down in Norman as Howard,
right,
I believe, strikes out on, I believe, a drop third strike.
Yes.
So Pirates get a run in, but that's all it is. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Eagles are coming up to bat. They trail it 1-0. Jackson Lee leads off for the Purdy Eagles. Eagles representing the black and gold. So we talk about this new conference that Crane is in. They're in the GOC. 2 other SWCL teams went into the GOC as well. That's Billings and Spokane.
Yes, they left the conference together, and SWCL was down to 7 with the departure of Sparta a couple of years ago, and so now they're down to 4. And
Do you think they're still gonna have a full tournament at the end of the fall?
I believe so. The last I heard, they were planning on doing that. I guess the GOC has 4 teams that play fall baseball, and they plan to do a tournament with those 4 teams at the end of the fall as well.
That is a very weird conference that they're in. You know, Pleasant Hope's the only school in the GOC that has football. Greenwood and New Covenant do not play football, nor do they play fall baseball.
And Pleasant Hope doesn't play fall baseball, so. But I guess Crane will join the football ranks soon. Next fall.
So this will be the last year of fall baseball in Crane?
No. Next fall will be junior high for 2 years, so there'll be 2 more years of fall baseball.
So something new coming in for Crane. So fall baseball may not be a thing anymore.
I would say this year and 2 more years would probably, if things go as planned, 2 years of junior high, then go into JV football, which will do away with fall baseball.
Strike 3, and down goes Lee, and that will send in Easton Gates to the plate.
Lee, who just struck out,
Batting second, number 14, catcher Easton Gates.
Jackson Lee, who led off for Purdy, is younger brother to Hunter Lee, who is now pitching at Central Methodist. Easton Gates is a younger brother of Boston Gates, former All-State catcher.
So a lot of family traditions coming in for Purdy, and Purdy and Crane, they're also rivals. So when Crane gets full varsity football, do you think we're going to move this tournament to the spring? Make it a spring wood bat tournament?
I'm not sure what they will do. You know that I created this tournament 16 years ago, and they let me continue into retirement for a couple of years, go ahead and run it and get it through its 15th. And I'm not sure what they'll do from here. Coach Morlock and Coach Tucker taking care of the tournament now. It would be a good idea to move it to spring because it's been a big thing. You don't see many tournaments with 16 teams in them like we've got.
No.
Started with 4 several years ago.
And there goes Gates as he is down on strikes. So Vaught with a good inning. He's already got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first. Batting third, number 13, pitcher Damon Mahurin. Mahurin got into a little bit of trouble in the last half inning of play. Gave up 1 run, I believe, on 4 or 5 hits, I believe.
A couple hits.
2 hits. One of them was an error. As that's going to be an easy 1, 2, 3 inning for the Pirates. We go to the top of the second. 1-0 in favor of Crane. Beautiful day today here in Crane. Temperatures, I believe, will be into the upper 80s today.
I believe so.
Had a little bit of rain earlier this morning, but it was not didn't play a big factor in it. Was not enough to cancel any games. Oh, and that's one thing. Bad connection, not connection, but bad communication there in the field. But Thompson's out.
Yeah, the rain didn't settle the dust or anything.
Batting eighth, number 12, second baseman Connor Angel.
We are badly in need of some rain. You even see the outfielders running on the grass and dirt flying up behind them because of the amount of dust.
Hopefully we can get some rain here when the Pirates are away as they head to Seymour. I believe that's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
They actually go to Galena on Monday to complete the suspended game from 8 days ago. And then they go there.
Do you remember the score between Galena and Crane? Who was up?
Crane was leading 6-1 going to the third in that game. So they will complete that one. And starting at noon on Monday and then play a JV game after.
So the Pirates are still currently in a game against Galena, another former SWCL member. Which if you were to say if there's going to be any new teams coming into the SWCL, you know, we were talking off air about Purdy possibly taking over this tournament and the sponsorships that will be in it.
Yeah, I could see something like that. They could bring sponsors along.
Batting ninth, number 31, left fielder Maddox Vaught.
It would kind of be the third incarnation of the tournament. Purdy took it over this back in the late 2000s. We were in a tournament at Hollister back when they played fall baseball. Hollister, Spokane, and Blue Eye. It was a round-robin tournament. Hollister started football that one away, so then I took the other two teams and said, well, let's find somebody else. Hurley joined us. We did 4 teams one year. Then we moved to 8, then to 12, and now it's 16.
Chopper right down to the first baseman who takes care of the Pirates here in the second. So an easy inning. I can tell you Hughes gave some words of encouragement to his team after giving up that run. So we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Still 1-0 in favor of Crane. Will Henderson leads off the bottom half of the second inning. 1-0 our score in favor of Purdy. Adam Smith joining you guys along with former Crane head coach Brian Harmon. This game is also brought to you by Mamaw's Kitchen located in Crane. Still temporarily closed here in Crane. And I believe when I came here for my first game back on September 5th, there was actually a new food truck just right behind us.
Yeah, there have been a couple. There have been a
taco truck,
cheesesteak, and a taco truck. And yesterday at the park, I saw a barbecue truck. It wasn't open at the time.
Hit in the air, and this is going to be caught by Angel. He stumbles to the ground, but there's out number 1. Batting fifth, number 3, center fielder Hunter Wormington. Coach Hughes has been with this Purdy program for 16 years, I believe.
This is 19th year.
19th year, so.
He started in Purdy after one year coaching stint in Wheaton, which is where I graduated from high school. went to Purdy to coach, and it's been there ever since the 05-06 school year. Same year of Coach Conrad's final school year.
2-0 is the count as that ball bounces off the concrete facade here at Tootie Parsons. And from what I remember, I actually went back, but you know Google Street View, you know, where you can see like everything that goes around. Like I was able to go back to 2007, back when this field actually had a dirt infield.
Yeah.
And I believe it was, 2009 when they put the grass infield in?
Summer of 08. Summer of 08.
That draws a walk to Wormington, excuse me. And that brings in Brennan Hawkins to the plate. Batting sixth, number 6, right fielder, Brennan Hawkins. Hawkins, I believe, is a freshman on this Eagles team. Ball goes outside, and it is 1-0.
First time in the game that Fathers had to work out the stretch. See how that affects things here. Purdy was known to steal bases. Trying to get a read on the lefty, I'm sure, and we'll see from there what happens.
1-0 is the count to Hawkins. But you know, this Crane and Purdy rivalry, you know, these games that they played each other, they've been run ruled, they've been close games. I don't know. Have you ever run ruled Purdy before in your coaching career?
There've been a couple times. We've gotten run ruled by them. Once in a district championship game, they were head and shoulders above us, or at least more ready that day. We were young. That's my group of 10 that were seniors in 2021, and just 2019 they were sophomores. Got them a good taste of playing a district championship game, which they did.
They actually went to go into two district championship games back in 2019 and in 2021.
And
when
actually,
they played Marionville.
18 as well when that class was freshmen. So we actually went every year that we had a spring baseball season. We didn't have a 2020 season.
I forgot about it. I forgot about 2018.
18, we lost the district championship to
New Covenant
at New Covenant. One of the wackiest games ever, where we had to play it over the course of 2 days.
I do remember that game. We went all the way up to Springfield, and then a rain cloud just popped up right above us, and then we had to continue the game that next day as Hawkins goes down on strikes, brings in the DH Pablo Alvarez. Batting seventh, number 16, designated hitter Pablo Alvarez.
It wasn't the rain that got us as much as the rain quit early. We got the tarp on, and then they didn't have lights. Still don't have lights. And with that being the case, we didn't. They weren't able to finish that night. Had to come back the next day. And we were headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, I believe.
Ball gets away from Cloyd. Cloyd, another senior on this Pirate squad. I believe that's correct.
Yes, five seniors this year.
Crazy thing, I've been away from high school for 9 years now.
Going on your 10th year.
Coming up on my 10th year.
So that kind of tells me we got 2 old men in the booth. One much older than the other.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count to Alvarez, excuse me.
You're looking for your 10-year class reunion, and I just had my 35-year reunion. What's the difference?
Base hit scores 1. That's going to tie it. It's going to be 1-1 in favor of Purdy.
Single and an error there.
Single and error, so that's going. Silly blooped it into left field. And that brings in the batter in David Aldaba.
Daniel Aldaba.
Batting 8th, number 23, shortstop, Daniel Aldaba. That's another common name in the Purdy program is Aldaba.
At least the 3rd Aldaba brother, maybe the 4th. His brother Ricky was the assistant coach last year. Has moved on. He's a traveling welder at this point. And Ricky did a really good job as assistant coach.
So if I can remember, let's see, there was Andreas Aldava, Ricky Aldava, and I think now it's Daniel Aldava.
I think this is the third brother. Daniel's a freshman. And word is that he could be the best one. Of course, could be doesn't mean anything until it happens.
That is true. And he's being thrown into the varsity lineup from Purdy.
Yes, and not only the varsity lineup, not that any defensive position is not important, but a very key defensive position of shortstop. Handled it well. I believe he's one of their pitchers as well.
0-1 is the count, or 1-1, excuse me. The pitch swings and hits it in the air. This is going to be hit the other way. That's going to be a base hit. Hughes will wave one runner in. He will score. And Purdy jumps onto a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. And in this situation, what would you tell your outfield or your field mostly in this situation after you've given up the 2-1 lead?
Well, right there, the outfield actually did a job with
Batting ninth, number 7, left fielder JJ Felipe.
Allsted played the ball well, got it to his cutoff man. I don't think we had to play at home, but Crane's relay throw sailed past the catcher. Aguilar.
Oh, Aguilar. Who's going to come in?
It's JJ Aguilar,
Oh, Aguilar?
instead of Felipe.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Christian JJ Aguilar. So a little bit of a name miscue.
Not by us.
No.
The lineup card says Felipe,
It does say Felipe, so it's Aguilar.
so we can blame that on Coach U. And you know we will.
So Purdy with the home team, they're actually playing the traditional MLB style where the home team usually takes the first base dugout.
Yeah.
And there's only, 4 teams, I believe, that use the third base dugout?
Not many. Not many.
Can you name them? Let me see.
I know the Cubs is one of them.
Cubs, Dodgers, Giants, Pirates, I believe. As Aguilar draws a walk. Hit by pitch, excuse me. Second baseman, Jackson Lee. So yes, I believe it's
Tournaments like this, they do flip for home team, and typically, whether you're home team or not, the host team does get their normal dugouts, so it kind of flips things around.
ground ball to the first baseman. They're going to call it foul. And when Purdy has 2 runners on, whether it's first and second, second and third, first and third, this is where they are lethal.
Always a threat for the double steal. Probably not with 2 outs, but always a threat to bunt. Less than 2 outs here, I would say it wouldn't be a threat to bunt. It would be an obvious bunting situation. But
0-1 is the count to the leadoff man in Lee. Pitch upstairs, and that will be 2-1.
not struggling with his command this inning after the first inning, very efficient with 12 pitches, 7 strikes.
Pitch outside. There goes the throw down to second. Safe, says the umpire manning the bases. And in this Crane Purdy rivalry, you were a part of a fair share of them. I can recall one of them was back in the spring of 2018. You guys played them at Ash Grove. I
Yes.
believe, let's see, that game when you guys were down 6, I believe, or 7. Were you guys down by more?
I can actually get the details for you, but yes, it's a game I love to talk about. Coach Hughes hates to talk about, so every time we get together, I try to bring it up.
Swinging a ball hit to the shortstop, throw on to first base, gets away, and that's going to cost Crane another run.
Nice play by Robinson to get to the ball, but his throw was offline.
Catcher, Easton Gates. Trying to look back at the official stats from 2018.
Yeah, we'll close up and give you some details. But yeah, that is a game that I bring up often. Hughes tries not to bring up.
Which that was what, a bonus Saturday that we had?
Yes, we went over and felt like we were short on pitching going in. Nick Brennan was a sophomore for us, and we started in the Ash Grove game. Said, "Give me 2 or 3 innings, and we'll figure out what we can do from there." 7 innings later, and only 70-some pitches, he had thrown a complete game to beat Ash Grove, and then saved our day. Really kept us able to compete with Purdy and hang in there.
And Crane came out on the winning side.
Yes, when it looked like that was not in the works at the time. Were you at that game?
I was at that game. I didn't stream it though.
Yeah. I wish you had.
I would have loved to stream that game.
I'd love to go back and watch that inning again. That half inning.
2-2 is the count to Easton Gates' brother of Boston Gates. Purdy has runners at second and third, but there's out number 3, We head to the third after the Pirates surrender 3 runs. It's a 3-1 Purdy lead.
I'm going to try to get something started to get us back in it after that rough inning. He only threw 12 pitches the first inning, had 32 that last inning, struggled with his command a little bit.
Going about digs in, he's batting from the left side. Which you said 32 pitches were thrown for Vaught. He gave up 3 runs on, you gotta say 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Crane committed 3 errors.
Errors are costly.
Always.
And you wanted me to ask you about that that Crane Purdy game from Ash Grove back in 2018.
The risk of sounding like an old man storyteller, but it was a nice Saturday and nice weather, April 21st, 2018. We kind of sleepwalked through the first few innings. We went into the bottom of the 6th, trailing 13.
Walk draws a walk. brings in Brady Robinson. Shortstop, Brady Robinson.
We were trailing 13-5 going to the bottom of the 6th, and we put some hits together. Purdy made some mistakes, made some pitching changes. At the end of that inning, we led 14-13 at the end of the 6th. We scored 9. And as coaches, we've all been on both ends of that. Coach Hughes kind of could feel it unraveling and did everything he could. It just didn't happen. And then Brent Williams went out, slammed the door shut on him for a 1-2 with a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Sent us home winners that day. It was like I said, when Coach Hughes and I talk about past games we've played, that's one of them that I always bring up and he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah, he doesn't like talking about losing games.
On the other hand, he always likes to bring up the fall of 2020 conference SWCL tournament championship game at US Ballpark at the time, where they beat us in 12 innings.
You guys had a lot of opportunities to walk off Purdy.
Exactly what I was going to say. We were the home team that day because we were the higher seed.
Fielder's choice gets Vaughn out at second base, so Robinson is on first, and it is Seth Malstead to the plate. Center fielder Seth Malstead.
We were the home team that day, and as you said, had lots of opportunities to walk it off. In the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, all of those innings, we had the game-winning run in scoring position, just was not able to get up home any of those opportunities. And we actually, in the 9th, it was a 2-2 game. Purdy took a 4-2 lead by scoring 2 at the top of the 9th. We got a big 2-out hit from Isaac Robinson to tie it. He ended up at second base, so once again we had him in scoring position with a chance to win. Just could not get the run home. Crazy game. It's one of those that even though we lost, it was probably one of the most fun games I coached because it was two teams and two coaches that had tremendous respect for each other, and both starting pitchers that day were just lights out. All dollars for them and Corey Esri for us, and then the relief pitchers for both teams did well. Just one of those that certain things happen. We might still be playing that game. It may not be over still.
And it had some that postseason atmosphere.
It really did. Good crowd on both sides, playing in that style of ballpark where you in-ground dugouts. When you walk back to the dugout, you look in the stands and see everybody there.
2 balls and a strike. And it reminds me of that 0-4 NLCS between the Cardinals and the Astros.
Yep.
And you can find that game on YouTube. So I'm sure someone has posted it on YouTube. Hold on just a second. There we go. Fix the camera so you can see the entire field. Which that was at Game 6 of the 2004 NLCS. Edmonds hit a walk-off home run in the 12th inning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little blooper past the left fielder for a base hit. That's going to plate a run. Crane's going to get a run back. And it's going to make it a 3-2 Purdy lead here in the 3rd.
Purdy pays back the defensive error there with
First baseman, Gavin Cram.
just knocked that ball down and been first and second. It ends up being a run in and a runner on third with a single and an error on the left field.
In the game of baseball, you can do so much, but the big key is you've got to play smarter, don't play harder.
That's exactly right. You always got to play hard, but you got to add the smart in there with it.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop cannot make the play, and the game is tied back up. It's a 3-3 game.
Graham with a good job there. Put it in play, try to score the run.
Designated hitter, Jake Murray.
Not only gets the run home, he's able to get himself on base.
Now you got the go-ahead run on first. And I can tell you, Hearn's going to be looking to just slam the door and get this game back, or get his team back into the dugout. The pitch swings and hits it in the air to the left fielder. There's out number 2. As the runner on first, that is Cram, has to go back to first base. Third baseman, Lane Howard. Lane Howard, another player you didn't get to coach. It's because he was an 8th grader when he retired.
Saw that one coming. Ball hits him in the elbow. He did throw his elbow out there. James Hauser, a great umpire. He's not going to let that slide. He keeps him at the plate. Ball 1.
Now, some of these umpires that you've seen do Misha, some of them can make the good calls, some of them don't make the good calls. Do you think they can be better than the umpires that they have in the MLB?
No, there's some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but at that major league level, even the bad ones at the major league level are still pretty good. It's amazing when they put that K zone on the screen and how often they are right on borderline pitches.
Fly out to the shortstop, and there's out number 3. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, halfway home here from Tootie Parsons. It is a 3-3 tie game.
Not off.
Danny Mahurin is the batter for the Purdy Eagles. He's going to look to get a run or two back for this Eagles team. They gave up, or they had to cough up their 3-1 lead. He swings and hits it in the air into right field. Right fielder says, "No problem, I got it." There's out number 1.
That's a big spot there for Bott after having to throw 32 pitches last inning to get 1 pitch, 1 out.
First baseman, Will Henderson.
Henderson popped out second base last time. Bott can get back on track. Through 12 pitches the first inning, 32 the second. He's a really efficient inning here to work on going the distance.
Ball gets away and that bounces off the screen. There's ball 1. But the baseball world lost an actor in James Earl Jones. We've known him for at least 4 movies that I can think of. The Star Wars saga, The Lion King, as well as 2 baseball movies, The Field of Dreams and The Sandlot, from what I know of. I think he was in another baseball-themed movie, but I'm not sure. Center fielder, Hunter Remington.
He's one of those people, if you never saw his face ever, you'd still know he was a great actor. With all of his voiceovers.
Oh, yes. He's played Darth Vader in all the Star Wars movies, I believe.
I heard he's going to continue to play Darth Vader. He gave
even after he's passed.
Gave Disney the rights to use his voice for anything necessary.
Third inning comes to an end, so a 1-2-3 inning for the Pirates. And we head to the top of the fourth inning, cruising right through this game. It's a 3-3 tie game. Back here on Ozark Sports Report, here in downtown Crane, it's Joey Thompson leading off the top of the fourth inning. He swings and hits it in the air, and the center fielder is going to get that one for out number one.
Urine needed that. He was at
Second baseman, Connor Angel.
Urine at 62 pitches through 3 innings. Needed something to get him back on track. Much like Bott in the bottom of the last inning, gets that 1 pitch, 1 out. Always a good start.
Looking ahead at Purdy's schedule, they will be in another tournament. That's going to be their own tournament, varsity-wise. JV-wise, they actually play Crane. Is that going to be at Purdy, or is that going to be at
I believe it showed
Crane?
I believe it showed at Crane on their schedule.
But if you want the legit one, you might have to go to the school, Purdy school website. One ball and,
No, new hitter.
excuse me. Left fielder, Maddox, Vaught.
Looks like the JV doubleheader is at Crane on Tuesday. Purdy starts their Purdy Fall Classic on Thursday. Next week.
2 outs in the inning. Vaught will line that one and go all the way to the right field wall.
Oh,
Just gonna go foul. Looks like it was just slicing. And this field plays weird a little bit. Because if you hook a ball down the right field line, it's most likely to go foul. I think you gotta, how do you play this field if you want to get a base hit down the right field line?
just gotta, right-handers have to stay with the pitch, let it get to them. And, left-hand hitters are more likely on a ball down that line to not hook it. Keep it fair. Odd dimensions here. Down the right field line, we ran out of room. Couldn't move the fence back any because the hump before the creek there is 285 down the right field line, which sounds tiny, but if you stood at the right field line and looked out toward the scoreboard, that the fence goes in a straight line instead of a curve, and it gets big in a hurry. That's it.
Good hit by Logan Vaught. Or Maddox Vaught, excuse me. And he will stop at first. Brings up Logan Vaught. Pitcher, Logan Vaught.
Before the last renovations back in, what was it,
15, I believe.
15. Yeah, summer of 15. The left field line used to be 289, which was small, and you could get some cheap home runs. There were 2 big trees beyond the left field fence, and when we did the renovations, we were able to take out both. I asked them to take out the closest tree so we could move it back to try to get it in the 290s at least. And they took out both trees for me, and we got it to 309, which makes it more playable. And plus, those trees sometimes overhung, and it was hard to tell if a ball stayed
Right.
in or went out because of the tree.
I was actually wrong. That was actually the summer of 16, actually, because
Yes.
15, 16 was the flood. Was when we had that big flood.
That's true. Christmas of 15 on the flood.
Inning comes to an end after one hit was recorded. Leave on a ground out. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is still a 3-3 tie.
Of it. 11 pitches for Heron and 5 for Bach, so they're hopefully back on track.
I know we were continuing our conversation about how this field was flooded in the Christmas of 2015, and it was renovated. You guys played your entire fall season,
Entire
spring actually, yeah, entire spring, and then
Almost the whole fall.
almost the entire fall of 16. You guys had to have the Crane Fall Wood Bat tournament where at in 16?
It was all over the place. Part of it at Hurley, part of it Spokane. I think the finals that year were in Spokane.
I would have thought you guys played on a turf field that year as well.
We may have played some at Forsyth that year too. Who knows? We played 44 road games in a row from spring of 15 to fall of 16.
2-2 is the count.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing because it made some kids tougher, and we ended up winning the conference tournament that fall, having to play 2 late games on back-to-back nights. A lot of teams, that was a struggle, and for us, we were just used to traveling every night.
Drop third strike to Hawkins, and there is out number 1. Designated hitter, Pablo Alvarez. One out here in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. And, you know, we're an hour into this game already in the bottom of the 4th. Which, even though high school baseball doesn't play 9 innings, as say college and the pros, you know, if you can have some good pitching, you can actually get a baseball game done in what, 2 hours tops, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, two good pitchers. A lot of times will be an hour and a half, hour and 45. We played a game several years ago at Helena. Logan Sorrell pitched for them, and Colton Eller pitched for us. We beat them 1-0 in about an hour and 15 minutes. Eller threw 83 pitch complete game that day.
Ground ball to the shortstop. He throws. There's out number 2. But if no one scores after the 7th inning, this game could drag.
Yeah. People, a lot of times people will say,
Shortstop, Daniel Aldaba.
You know, people that say, oh, well, yeah, if we can get a run roll game in here, and that'll give us ahead of schedule for a tournament and stuff. But a lot of times run roll games take longer than a 7-inning game. A lot of times those run rolls, one team's batting forever, it seems like.
Right.
Hard to get out.
I mean, we did have a long game on Monday night here at Crane. Second game of the pool play.
Conway
And Hurley, yes. That game started at, 8 o'clock that night?
Probably close to it, yeah.
And didn't get done till, I think, 11:10. I'm going to say 11:10 that night.
And Hurley just had the 5-minute drive home, but Conway has over an hour, right at an hour from here.
Right. And you got to take it like how far they are from Springfield. Because Conway's an extra 40 miles from Springfield, and then you got another 30 miles past Springfield to get here.
Yeah.
Adds up to about 75 miles.
Yeah.
I talked to Coach Blue on Tuesday and said they didn't get home till 12:40 in the morning. You've had some late night games where we've come home after midnight before.
Oh yeah, and that's where this tournament has evolved over the years. That used to it was all pool play on Wednesday, semifinals on Thursday, finals on Saturday. Those pool play games we play 3 in one night sometimes, and when that would happen, you know, you might get it really late, and then when you win your pool, you have to come back and play it the next day.
Ball hit in the air. That's going to be caught by, looks like the shortstop in, hold on just a second. Shortstop in Robinson. Sends this game to the 5th. It is a 3-3 tie. Welcome back to Tootie Parsons Memorial. We're in the top half of the 5th inning of play. 3-3 tie. Robinson lines one foul, and they're strike one. During the break, we were talking about, you know, like what the latest we've gotten home, that Crane has gotten home from games. I gotta say, it's probably around 1 in the morning one time.
That would be my guess, and we both pretty much said Hartville at the same time when we said that.
Yes, and it was
Hartville tournament.
in the the conditions were different than what it is today.
Not much different. No flurries.
I don't remember
Non-stop
flurries.
wind.
I remember it was windy, but I don't remember any flurries.
There were a few snow flurries at one point.
And then another game where it was cold was up in Russellville.
Oh, my.
It was like 75 down here, and then once we crossed I-44, the temperature went down.
It was a brutal day.
Center fielder Seth Molstead. I remember we were at Hartville. And I think we played. I don't know who we played first. So we were at Hartville. I remember we played Norwood the first game. I don't know who we played the second game. or the first game. We played we played back to back. So we played Norwood the second game. I don't know if we played the first game. First baseman Gavin Cram.
Takes that.
One out. Runner on first.
Feels good in here.
It is nice.
Runner goes and Halstead will take second base. So the go-ahead run for the Pirates is in scoring position.
First ball game. Probably the only
Next
one that's
pitch
small.
takes a strike, and it is 2-1.
You wanna hold it?
2-1 upstairs.
You got over that real quick.
2-2 swing and hit foul. And Cram now at 2-2.
School.
15. Kristen's probably ready for me to come back.
The next pitch, and there Mahern wins the battle, and that is strike 3, and there's 2 away. Halstead remains on second. Designated hitter Jake Murray. Swinging strike, and there is 0-1. As we said, the St. Louis Cardinals are eliminated from playoff contention. They lost to the Guardians last night by a score of 5-1 at Busch Stadium.
They put us out of our misery.
Yes, and what I can say what the Cardinals can do this coming off season is got to clean out the front office.
They do a lot.
Ball gets away as a cloud of dust engulfs third base, and Crane's got the lead right back. It's a 4-3 Pirate lead here in the top of the fifth. Murray still the batter after the it's like pass ball, I believe.
Pickoff
Pickoff attempt.
Yeah, thrown away.
Ball gets away, and now that's a pass ball.
For runner on, it would be.
So a wild pitch. So
No, runner on.
Oh.
Nothing. It's just a ball.
nothing else. So it's just a ball. So
I think that ball was closer to Howard in the on deck circle than it was Murray in the batting spot.
So yes, Pirates do have the 4-3 advantage after they coughed up that 1-0 lead. Pitch. Ooh. Called strike, and that's how the top of the fifth comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It is a 4-3 Pirate lead. JJ Aguilar will lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning of play between
Yep.
Crane and Purdy.
Life still here?
Yeah, she's down there. Gotta make the round.
Send me those pictures.
Yeah.
Pirates got the lead back here in the top half of the 5th inning. You know, we were a little distracted by former Crane head coach Hayden Shepard. I forgot to mention his name. Assistant coach, former Crane assistant coach of Clay Stump, who, like you said, took over a real estate job. Colton Vaught, I believe, he's still doing MMA. He's still wrestling as well.
MMA and professional wrestling. Not sure he'll ever do that.
I don't think so either. 2 balls and no strikes is the count. And just a quick heads up, we might have a new sponsor coming in for Ozark Sports Report.
Who's that?
It will be Hamilton Ford right here in Crane. As you know, we are looking for new sponsors. There is if you go to our Facebook page, I have a post that has all information. It's got all our contact information where you can pay us the whole 9 yards, and all of our social links are linked in the Facebook post. Aguilar hits one foul off that, I believe it's off that beam
It sounded like
on the first base side. You know, I gotta say, when was this grandstand put up? Or this
grandstand
awning?
has been here, the top of the grandstand has been here longer than I can remember. Doesn't mean it's been here longer than I can remember.
Second baseman, Jackson Lee. Which, as you know, it's probably been here way before I was even born.
Oh, no doubt.
And if I remember, I think this ballpark was built in the 40s. I don't know if it was a man named Toonie Parsons who built it or not.
Yes. Gentleman named Tootie Parsons. Go ahead. I don't remember what we're saying here. Gentleman named
Aguilar is wiped clean.
Tootie Parsons was one of the first people in Crane to drive a vehicle and drive his truck down the main street honking the horn until it was full of young men in the back of the truck, and they came down here and built the field by him.
I don't know if I want to ask the question how long it took them to build that field.
That's something I don't know.
Oh, did they get him another base runner is wiped clean? I think he was trying to stretch a single into a double.
Yes.
And there's 2 away.
Aggressive base running, but
Catcher, Easton Gates.
Crane executes defensively. Purdy could have a big inning going here if they hadn't lost.
Exactly. I can tell you, if you were Hughes, you wouldn't be too mad about losing two base runners.
He's always aggressive. There's that line between aggressive and a bad decision, and neither one of those I feel like were bad decisions. They're just aggressive plays and took good throws and good catches and tags by Crane, and they were able to pull it off.
They are the difference maker, of course. Swings and hits it foul. And if you're Purdy, you're going to be looking to get more runners back on base, and you're going to be looking to get just try and get some runs in. You know, you coughed up the 3-1 lead, gave Crane 4 runs back.
Yeah, it's been there have been some hits, but it's been some defensive play that's let down both teams.
And down goes Gates, and there's out number 3, and we head to the top of the 6th, flying right through this game. It is a 4-3 Pirate lead. Lane Howard digs in. He is a big boy at the plate. And when you got his size, that's gonna promote some power.
It could, if the size is used the right way.
Mm-hmm. Watches 2 pitches come in. That's a Galena bus that was pulling around. Still waiting on Southwest as Galena has pulled in.
Southwest will get the championship game. So.
Oh yeah, so actually waiting on Conway to get here. So Southwest plays Billings as Howard, I believe, thought it was going to be ball 4, but instead it is
Foul ball.
foul ball. So he'll take another at bat.
Notice the 4 winners bracket teams, 3 of them were current SWCL teams. 3 of the 4 SWCL teams. Purdy, the only one that didn't advance.
A walk is issued to Lane Howard, Brings in Joey Thompson.
Bottom of the order needs to do something here. Try to move some runners, get some insurance runs.
Right fielder, Joey Thompson.
No lead feels safe, but a 4-3 lead really doesn't feel safe. So you got to make something happen.
Definitely, you have to contribute. You got to get those big runs. You got to get base hits. You got to get base runners.
Until this, Thompson had only seen 3 pitches all day, had 2 flyouts. Takes ball 1 there.
And to be a good hitter, it takes a lot of poise and it takes a lot of discipline.
It does. You have to see the ball and know what pitches are good to hit. Pitch selection is one of the hardest things to teach.
Exactly. And patience as well.
Patience, yes. Especially in the high school game when not all, but a lot of pitchers can have control issues. If you swing at bad pitches, you're just helping them out.
Exactly. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. We were talking a little bit about the Cardinals. They were just eliminated last night after losing 5-1 to the Guardians. They've had an up and down season this year. Good thing about it is, as Thompson's down on strikes, there's Angel. Second baseman, Connor Angel. So the Cardinal season's been peaks and valleys this year. But the good thing about it is, as Purdy throws the ball away, Howard moves to second base. Good thing about the Cardinals season this year is we're not going to finish with 90 losses. I don't know if we're going to finish. We're not going to finish in last place either.
Yeah, but that's not the goal. Some franchises that's good enough, but for Cardinal fans that's not good enough.
No. And I can tell you, Cardinal fans they are not very happy with how the front office has developed the Cardinals.
The attendance numbers.
Yes. Even though the attendance says that there's at least 30,000 fans in attendance, not really.
That's tickets sold, not people, not bodies in seats.
Exactly.
They are outdrawing the White Sox. I saw the White Sox had an attendance of 17.
Yes. I mean the White Sox. That's a whole different story.
Oh, gosh, I don't know how you.
How are you going to support a fan base like that when they are down?
They're most likely going to lose 115 or more games.
And there's 8 games left in the season.
Yeah, they already have lost it.
I mean, last year's Oakland A's was pretty abysmal, but they actually got to 50 wins on the year last year. And the A's story is also pretty. I don't know if I'd say gut-wrenching, but good thing they're getting out of Oakland.
Yeah, at least there's end in sight for them. White Sox are kind of stuck.
Left fielder, Maddox, Vaught.
I guess the White Sox already, they've lost 118 games and only have 36 wins, so they're going to lose over 120.
They won't even. So yeah, they're not going to even make it to 50 wins with 8 games left. I've heard that
Might not make it to 40.
Probably not, because they are 3 losses away from tying the modern day record for losses.
So,
And I'm still trying to find out who is the best team in baseball this season. It's been the Dodgers, it's been the Phillies.
That's what the World Series is for.
Exactly. Even though the team with the best record in the regular season, or has the best record in the regular season, doesn't mean you can go all the way to the World Series. You know, you can get eliminated on any given day.
Exactly. The worst team in baseball can be the best team in baseball.
Exactly. So another inning in the books. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is a 4-3 Pirate lead. David Mahiran leads off the bottom half of the sixth inning of play between Crane and Purdy. Already 11:25, and we're in the bottom of the sixth. As you know, this game's starting to wind down. You know, we said that Purdy has another tournament coming up. Crane's going to another tournament. Crane respectively will be in the Seymour tournament. Purdy goes home to host their own tournament. Do you know who the opponents will be, who Purdy will play in those two tournaments?
I've not seen any.
Crane?
I've not seen any schedules for those tournaments at this point.
Swings and hits one out of play, foul.
You know, the Seymour tournament's always been a tough one.
Exactly. And you guys usually play teams that are east of Springfield. I believe you guys are the only team that's west of Springfield that goes over to Seymour.
So,
But we've played some SWCL teams that have come to that tournament. I think the only one I can think of is Blue Eye.
Hurley was never.
Hurley as well. As Mahiran draws a walk. Now it's up to Will Henderson. First baseman, Will Henderson.
Would expect a run here.
Definitely do. In this situation, when you got a runner on and nobody out or one out, you do not want to commit a double play.
No.
You definitely don't want to start a double play opportunity. Because I can tell you, I've seen my fair share of Cardinals baseball this season, and I don't know, I probably lost track of how many double plays they have committed. And yes, as a Cardinals fan, it is very frustrating when your first man gets on base and then no one's going to contribute.
Exactly.
Now as we switch to football, as I said, college football going on tonight. My beloved Oklahoma Sooners play the primetime game tonight on ABC against the Tennessee Volunteers, led by former Oklahoma quarterback Josh Heupel, who's the head coach for Tennessee. Oklahoma, of course, led by Coach Brent Venables, as Henderson draws a walk, brings in Hunter Wormington. And we see Coach Britton Tucker come on out. I believe this will be it for Logan Vaught. Or Noah's going to talk things, or he might talk things over. You know, Vaught had to cough up the lead back in the second inning of play when Purdy scored 3 runs. And then Crane got the lead back, they tied it in the third, and then they plated a run in the 5th to get the lead back.
See 2 conversations going on here. Coach Tucker with his infield pitcher trying to calm things down, hopefully talking about bunt coverages. I assume Coach Hughes is talking about what he's going to do here on the bunt. You know, it is the number 5 hitter in the order, but you saw that their number 4 hitter was also trying to bunt. I would almost be shocked if they did not try to bunt here. Knowing Coach Hughes.
Usually in Major League rules, the bottom of the order hitters will try and bunt with runners on.
More so than in high school. I see a bunt coming here. Just got to make sure you get an out. If you can get a lead runner, great. But if not, you want to make sure you get an out.
Bunted foul. Center fielder Hunter Wormington. The crazy thing about this Crane Fall Wood Bat tournament for us, it actually goes by pretty quick. But usually the first night will sometimes start to drag a little bit. But once you get into it, it takes off.
So now the runners move up, but not necessary after the wild pitch. Still do not want to.
You don't want to commit
The bunt can still be in order.
Exactly.
Would not surprise me one bit.
Still with no outs. They pitch out and the runners stay put. Now, when you pitch out, is that the coach's sign? Let's keep our runners in check.
Typically, it is a coach's decision on pitch out. If you got a veteran catcher that you trust, you might give him the opportunity to make that call.
Hit foul and it bounced off one of those guardrails on
On the bridge.
the bridge. Yes.
Like we're playing in Pittsburgh. Bridge is out beyond the fence. Only foul territory.
But no buildings beyond there's no buildings beyond the outfield.
Crane skyline is trees and 3 water towers. Maybe some cell phone towers.
Only 2 cell phone towers built here in Crane.
3 water towers, all different shapes.
Yep. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Runners are still at second and third with nobody out. The pitch outside, walked in. That's going to load the bases.
3 walks in a row. Looks like we may be in for a pitching.
Looks like Coach Tucker's going to come back out. This could be it for Logan Vaught. And I can tell you on foul balls, has there ever been a foul ball that hit a car passing by?
Very, very seldom. There have been a lot of times
Close
that
calls.
it almost happened, but it's like runners.
So Vaught's day is through on the mound. He is in line for the win. That is if the Crane bullpen can keep these Eagles at bay.
He is also on the hook for all 3 runners. Any of those that score would belong to him.
Mm-hmm. New pitcher, I believe, is Brady Robinson. Comes in from short.
Robinson moves from short pitch.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pirates, number 25, Brady Robinson. And if I am correct, Vaught goes to center. Playing center field for the Pirates, number 1, Logan Vaught. Playing shortstop for Crane, number 28, Seth Malstead. Says, for nearly for almost 20 years I've been coming to Crane, even though I don't live in Crane anymore. I don't think I've ever seen a foul ball hit a car that's passing by.
I've seen it twice.
Maybe.
I've seen near misses, but I've only seen it a few times.
And definitely because you've definitely sent players to go find foul balls. It's not the majors where they have an unlimited supply of baseballs. So Brady Robinson will greet number 9, I believe. So we got a pinch hitter. I'm not sure who the pinch hitter is for Purdy.
Is there subs not listed on the line?
No. As we say, there is another game going on, 2 games going on at the same time. At Wheaton, it is Verona against Wheaton, and at Sparta, it's Spokane taking on Hurley. Then after that, Hartville will take on Blue Eye, and Sparta will take on Exeter at Sparta. You know any score updates from Wheaton and Sparta?
Not heard of anything yet.
In which we know Wheaton's now coached by Nate Jones, former Evangel alum. He's coached at Gainesville. He's coached at, I think he's had a stop at Ozark
Cassville.
and Cassville. 3 balls and no strikes. The count to the pinch hitter. It's not listed on the roster for Purdy. And he draws a walk, and the game is tied back up. And that brings in the batter. It looks like that will be Alvarez, I believe. Yes. Designated hitter, Pablo Alvarez. So number 9 for Purdy batted for Hawkins, the right fielder. Swing and a miss, and there is strike 1. Crane has not committed an out here in the top of the 6th inning. And you know, when teams start to get hot and they start to warm back up, that's going to cause headaches in the field. The 0-2 checked his swing, and the ball's going to get away. This is going to give Purdy the lead right back. And it's a 5-4 Eagle lead here in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, excuse me. So yes. So we forgot we're still in a tournament. Crane is the visitors, even though they are playing on their home field. All Crane's gonna do is just get back and take it to the 7th and possibly get a couple runs back. And down goes Alvarez. Brings in Aldaba to the plate. Shortstop, Daniel Aldaba. Daniel Aldaba, the batter. First pitch is outside. 1-0. The pitch is fouled off on that squeeze. Crane got lucky on that bunted foul ball. If it was fair, they would have been in trouble.
Yes.
You know, one swings and hits in the air. The left fielder has it for out number 2. Sacrifice is in. Remington scores, and the Eagles take a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 6th with 2 away. Coach Hughes comes out to, I believe, have a conversation with the home plate umpire. Like another pinch hitter, I think. We don't have the entire roster from Purdy, unfortunately. So it'll be number 11 who will bat for Aguilar.
Aguilar reached base in both of his plate appearances, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and walked in the 5th. Each hitter takes over here.
Runner on second, that is, I believe that's Alvarez,
Hawkins.
or Hawkins, excuse me.
Or the pinch hitter for
Hawkins. Swings and hits it in the air. The shortstop has it for out number 3, but the Pirates had to cough up a couple more runs, 3 runs rather. So we head to the top of the 7th inning. Let's see if the Pirates can get some runs back, as this is their last chance to do some damage, as it is a 6-4 Purdy lead. Logan Vaught leads off the top half of the 7th inning. First pitch swinging, strike 1. Vaught is in line for the loss today if the Pirates don't score, or if they don't take the lead. But this game has been back and forth between these two respected ball clubs. You know, these two are also rivals of each other. This rivalry goes back, gosh, probably since Conrad was the head coach here at Crane.
But it is a friendly rivalry.
Definitely is.
Kids like each other, coaches like each other, parents get along.
I wonder if there's ever been a rivalry that Crane has been in where both players, or where coaches, fans, and kids have not gotten along with each other.
There have been a few.
Fought out on the Ground out, I believe.
Fly out, right.
Fly out. Brings in Brady Robinson. Pitcher, Brady Robinson.
The base runner here to make things happen.
Definitely do. Base runners can totally make things happen here in the bottom or the top of the seventh inning. Pirates are down to their last 2 outs of the game. Pirates want to go to Seymour and come out of the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament with a win. But let me tell you, the Purdy has not made it look easy for Crane. And after Crane retook the lead back in the 5th, we thought that the Pirates were gonna cruise into this game.
No cruising when you play Purdy.
Nope.
And Purdy would say no cruising when you play Purdy.
Exactly. Both teams keep each other on their toes. Pitch downstairs and makes it a 1-2 count. (6-4) is our score in favor of Purdy. Gates' pitch, he fires, and it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm used to the umpire not putting up a hand signal for calling balls.
Yeah. The umpire James Hauser has been very consistent today, giving both pitchers the same. Always the case with Hauser.
So after this game is concluded, it will be the 3rd place game between Southwest and Galena,
Leads him up.
or Conway and Galena, excuse me. As we wait as Galena's already here, we're waiting on Conway to get here.
Robinson reaches on an air and brings the timer into the plate.
Shortstop, Seth Molstead. So yes, we are waiting on Conway to get here. Southwest will play the final game today against Billings. That is the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament Championship. Runner on first, that is Robinson. Molstead takes a strike. Purdy is looking to come out of this Crane tournament with a win and start their own tournament. Ground ball to the shortstop. No throw will be made. Runners will be at first and second. Still 1 out. As another cloud of dust gets kicked up into the outfield grass.
Nice job by Garcia, or Aldaba to get to that ball, but the speed
First baseman, Gavin Cram.
no chance to throw out the speedy Molstead. Cram needs to do something here. It's the part of the lineup where we need to get some production. Tying runs on base.
This game is flying right through. Second game's supposed to start in about 15 minutes from now.
No, no. Not gonna
After
happen.
that, nope. Probably will start at about 12:30.
Be my guess.
Latest probably 1 o'clock.
Only 3 games today, which helps you keep on schedule as opposed to normally there's 4.
It definitely does. I think 1 year we've had 5 on a Saturday.
Load him up. Got him loaded.
Get him up. We got the bases loaded. Here it's going to be up to excuse me, Jake Murray, and he can drive in. He can drive in too because the tying run is on second. The go-ahead run on first.
Pirates have not put a ball out of the infield yet.
Designated hitter, Jake Murray.
We're able to load the bases with 3 balls on the infield, an error and 2 infield hits.
Jake Murray, a younger brother of Adam Murray. It's like my family, you know, but
Jake and Adam.
yes, but but Jacob is my older brother, but it's flipped. The pitch takes a strike, and there is 0-1.
What's it?
0-2 actually. As I said, usually the scoreboard is manned by usually the players from Crane. And sometimes they'll tend to get behind.
As players do often. Big spot here.
The 0-2. Strike 3, and there's out number 2. And now the Pirates are down to their final out. And it's Lane Howard to keep the game going. Third baseman, Lane Howard. Lane Howard missed the spring season last year due to an injury. The first pitch he sees is taken for a ball, 1-0.
Something out of Howard here. Thompson on deck. Keep the line moving.
Exactly. The pitch from Gates comes right down main. It's going to be a strike. 1-1. Now the 1-1 delivery, and the Pirates are down to their final strike. It won't be me doing the post game for this game. It will be Coach Brian Harmon. He'll be talking to maybe Coach Hughes, maybe Coach Tucker if we can get some runs in on 2 outs. The pitch swung on and hit
Just
foul. And Howard keeps the game going for maybe one more pitch.
after taking 2 curveballs for strikes, Howard did a good job of fighting that pitch off. Once you get to 2 strikes, you gotta expand a little bit. Up to 2 strikes, it's up to you to decide what you want to swing at. Coach Hughes, pacing outside in front of the dugout, hoping you don't get a hit here. Coach Tucker hoping we do.
Strike 3, and he's down on strikes. Howard throws the bat down in frustration. The Eagles celebrate their 8th win on the year as they defeat the Crane Pirates by a score of 6-4. That's the final. As we head into the post-game show, we're going to have head coach Josh Hughes come on in. We will get that set up for you. It's not going to be me delivering the interview. It will be, once again, Coach Brian Harmon delivering the post-game interviews as the teams shake hands. So we'll take a little break. We'll get the coach and we will start the interviews. you're ready.
All right. Now that's quite the announcement. There. We got an interview with Coach Hughes coming here at Tootie Parsons, and we got the tornado sirens going on. As soon as Adam gets out from under the table here, because he's scared, we'll get going here. Coach, good job tonight. Kids played well and come from behind win. Back and forth game. Adam and I were talking. Typical Crane game. You know, neither team's ever out of it. I thought your kids played well, and pitcher settled in after both pitchers settled in after rocky early innings. And what's your take on the game today?
You know, you know, which team wanted to lose it? That's kind of the way it went. I mean, you know, we scored 3 there late in the game on, you know, we got some free base runners on some walks. You know, we gave some of them some runs early in the game on some leadoff walk and then an error or whatever, you know. So, you know, we have a kid picked off and we throw it away there in the 5th inning to give them a run. So, you know, yeah, it was a typical Crane Purdy game where both teams are pretty evenly matched. You know, well coached, and you know, we just were very fortunate to come out on top there, you know, late in the game with those 3 runs in the 6th.
I felt you had an inning where you could have maybe taken the lead back and broken it open. You lost a couple runners on the bases. The aggressiveness, you don't fault that. The pickoff was a little bit, or not the pickoff, the caught stealing. I mean, you're going to do that all the time, and then you
I mean, we
manufacture some runs after that.
We were in a situation there. We get our 9-hole is one of our fastest guys, and he gets on base with a hit by pitch, and you know, and very stereotypical Coach Hughes baseball. The leadoff guy's going to bunt 100% of the time in that situation, and we would have, but I thought we could steal second, and we got a bad jump, terrible lead, bad jump. Catcher made a great throw. You know, and then our leadoff guy ends up hitting a little blooper, tries to stretch it into a double, and probably not the great base running, but you know, like you said, you can't fault the effort. You know, we're busting our butt out of the box, and you know, giving ourselves a chance to maybe even get to second if there's a bobble or something. So yeah, I mean, we were being aggressive and you know, in that situation, and ended up not. It kind of bit us, you know, come back and bit us in the hind end there, and we didn't get any, you know. We made it easy on him that inning. I think he threw 6 pitches that inning and had 2 base runners.
After a 32 pitch inning the inning before, and he kind of had him on the ropes and let him back off of him. I thought Bott did a good job of bouncing back, as did McGurn. Both of them did a good job of keeping their team in the game. Tournament-wise, you guys go 2-1. Kind of tell us about what happened in your tournament games.
Yeah, you know, we've got our sophomore lefty has been pitching it very well. And he threw extremely well on Monday against Exeter. Went 7 innings, walked 1, and had 8 or 10 Ks. And we made some plays behind him, and you know, held them scoreless. And then we kind of went with a bullpen game. We had some guys unavailable on the mound for the Tuesday game against Southwest, and went with a bullpen game. And you know, we gave up some runs early and just couldn't come back. Just couldn't get some key hits late in the game, and then. You know, they got I think it was 4-2 at one time, and they got a bases clearing double after a couple errors to break that game open. So, you know, and then they come down here on Thursday and beat a good Conway team. So, you know, yeah, being 2-1 in this tournament, you know, you always want to win more than you lose. This is a tough tournament that you started a few years back, and you know, now they're still rolling it with 16 teams, and it's so much fun. The kids look forward to that wood bat, you know, kind of. It's something different, and you know, we start swinging wood bats 2 weeks before in the cage, and then it's kind of funny because most kids will continue to swing wood bats the rest of the fall in the cage. I think it helps your swing. It makes you better contact hitters. So.
Well, I think the wood bats play into your game a lot of times too, because you do a lot of bunting, you do the base running on a smaller ball. Not that you don't have guys that can hit, but the wood bats kind of level things out sometimes when you're that style of team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's. You know, and we play a shallow outfield anyways. You know, so you know we really preach that if the outfielder gets burnt, it's the pitcher's fault.
Right.
But if there's a blooper that falls in, we feel like we should catch it. And so that's another thing with the wood bats, that not only the style on offense, but also maybe a little bit of the style on defense plays into our favor. So you know, it helps us you know, maybe take away 2 or 3 of those hits that maybe fall for us on offense. well, it won't fall. When we're on defense because we're so shallow.
Tell us what you got coming up next week. I know you host your own tournament. Tell us about that tournament.
Yeah, we're actually got Tuesday. Crane's gonna come over Tuesday, and we're gonna play JV doubleheader. Our JV kids and Crane's JV kids didn't get a game this week. They're not gonna get a game next week with Crane in the Seymour tournament, and us hosting our tournament on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's a round robin. There's 4 teams: Exeter, Hurley, and Southwest. We've seen all 3 of them. We've in the regular season beat Hurley, Exeter, and Southwest, but then of course Southwest beat us, on Tuesday in the Crane tournament. So, I think it's pretty comparable. I think whoever's got it's just the game of baseball. Whatever pitcher's available that day, and if your pitcher's better than their pitcher, you've got a chance to win.
So you come in the tournament on a 6-game winning streak after a rough start at the beginning, lost your first 3. And then you got that 6-game winning streak to 7. Tell me how your kids responded after the slow start, and then what happened after that.
Well, and our older guys, we don't have a lot of older guys with a lot of varsity experience,
Right.
but the few we have understands that it's really tough to win very many ball games at US Ballpark that opening weekend with the competition that come in. We played Iberia, defending state champion. They've had an all-state pitcher on the mound. You got beat 2-1, and then we had Silo down 7-5, and Silo is just a perennial powerhouse in Oklahoma. And we had them down 7-5 going into the 5th, and ended up losing 16-7 or whatever. And then Crane got us in the late game there at US Ballpark, and so it's you go 0-3 or 1-2, and you feel like you've got a lot accomplished, honestly. So we weren't really down on ourselves, and then we rattled off a few wins here and a few wins there. And next thing you know, we won 4, 5, 6 games, and then it got up to 7, and then lost, of course, to Southwest. It was nice to actually have 3 days of practice, because the week before we played 4 games, and then we played Monday, Tuesday, so we hadn't had very many practices. So we did a little bit different practice on Wednesday. I always do a short practice on Wednesday. We're always out around 5:15, so kids can have the opportunity to go take a shower and get to church. So we did a little bit different practice, and then on Thursday, all we did was hit. We hit live, we hit in the cage, we hit. Everyone got a ton of swings, and then on Thursday we did Friday we did a lot of defensive stuff and hit on top of that, and then we just competed in the last hour of practice. We just did different competitions, bunting competitions, things like that, and you could see their demeanor was a little bit down after that Southwest game, but by the end of practice yesterday, our attitude was good. I thought we had a great attitude today. I thought our dugout was good, and so it helped, and that helps, as well as I do. If your dugout's over there not paying attention, it kind of makes a head coach upset, and I don't think kids play as well.
Adam always asks you if you have words for the opposing coach, but I've got words for a young coach right here. When you're presenting a lineup to the press box, put yourselves on there so that it makes for a bad broadcast when you put a pinch hitter in there, and neither one of the 2 guys, as smart as we both are, could come up with the name of your guy.
It's funny you say that, because about 5 minutes after I handed that, I looked at my lineup and realized it, and I fixed it, and I took it to Coach Tucker, and I said, "Do I need to give Adam one?" He goes, "I got it." So,
well,
letting you
Coach
know.
Tucker probably figured, since I'm with Adam, we were going to figure it out.
You're going to figure it out.
And he obviously doesn't know me that well. But, well, good luck the rest of you. Come to our place and play. I hear you got a wedding to go attend today or something like that.
I do.
And fans might not believe it, but you are married and have been, so it's not your wedding.
It is not mine.
Sometime.
Someone has been married to me for 20 years, and God bless her. She's amazing. She's kind of like that one you're married to, I guess.
We found good ones that could put up with us. So.
That's right.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you and Adam. So.
Thanks.
Thanks, Adam.
Yep, no problem. Drive safe.
I'll try. Let's see, man. Congratulations, Dad.
Oh, shoot. There you go. Sorry about that.
You done with me, so you told me.
You're not wrong.
That was Coach Brian, Coach
Yes.
Josh
Yeah.
Hughes, and Coach Brian Harmon for joining me. We'll be on air in about, give us 30 minutes to about an hour, depending on the arrival of Conway. They got a longer drive as they will take on. I haven't seen them.
I didn't think about that till just now.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be back for 2 more games of high school baseball as we wrap up the Crane Fall.